Tonight's topic is adding online shopping to your business model, and I am going to share my screen and we will pick it up from there. Okay, and let's get over to, let me just move this slideshow and we will start. So tonight's topic is adding online shopping to your business model. And as I let everyone know at the start of each class, if you have any questions, please just pop them into the chat bar or at the end. This one I keep a little shorter so we cover all the topics, and then there's usually a lot of questions for this particular topic. I try and leave room for that. When we get into the Q&A, you are more than welcome to take yourself off mute and ask questions, or my information will be at the tail end, and you can ask any questions that you like following if they're real specific to your business. But tonight's program is being presented by Fuerza CDC, which is a nonprofit serving the small business community in Nassau and Suffolk counties, working to help provide technical assistance and access to capital to small business owners, particularly minority and women business owners throughout the region. My name is Tammy Severino, and I am the Director of Development and Marketing. I'm a consultant to La Fuerza, and this series has been all different topics related to marketing, advertising, and PR as a function of your business to help your business survive COVID and then to thrive well beyond COVID. So tonight's topic, we have adding online shopping to your business model. And I want you to consider a thought. I want you to consider whether or not you shop online. And likely, I'm going to presume that your answer is yes. If it's me, I know it's way yes. Well, if you are shopping online, consider the fact so does everyone else. The Morning Brew, which is an online business newsletter, fabulous newsletter, by the way. If you want to subscribe, you get one per day in your inbox, and it'll give you everything related to the business community throughout, both domestically and internationally. It's really a strong document. But in November, their November 18th newsletter of this past year, they noted that businesses large and small were showing an uptick in shopping when and only when online shopping was offered with either shipping or curbside delivery through COVID. So having an online shopping model was the key to success for the local businesses throughout the United States if they had shipping, curbside delivery. Those were the two keys. So this is an image of retail sales worldwide. Prior to COVID, 16% of retail sales throughout the world were done online. COVID was expected to result in that number exploding. New numbers have not yet been posted. I've actually looked, but my anticipation is you're going to see that number jump to 20 to 25%. And whereas more in-person traffic will resume, we're going to see that number, I think, coming strongly to about 20% and staying there. So where to start? So there are three kinds of e-commerce that you need to be aware of. So the first kind is having shopping directly on your own website. So that's somebody going to your website and having the availability to go to a shopping gallery, or if your entire business is shopping, then being able to log in and see what you have available for sale right housed on your site. The second is to use a turnkey e-commerce site. And the third option is to use a completely third-party solution. And we're going to discuss each one of the three so that you have a full understanding of them. So the first one, as I said, is on your own website. You can add online shopping. If you currently have a website, you would add online shopping to it. Your web designer can add it for you, or if you're using a DIY site, something like GoDaddy or Square or any of the major DIY website builders, then there are almost all of them offer an e-commerce solution. So it's a turnkey solution for you to add that to your website. This is definitely the most work in terms of putting it up on your own, but you have the most control over it, and you have lots of possibilities because you have lots of control. The second choice is, and rather, I take that back. Some of those DIY e-commerce providers, GoDaddy, Squarespace, Square Online, Wix. If I'd remembered that that was the next slide, I wouldn't have given it to you on the last one. But like I said, almost all of the DIY websites are now offering e-commerce components that you can then build into your website. Some are for an added fee, some wrap it all into one fee. But it is important for you to note 50% of the small businesses in the United States are currently operating without their own website. Many of you took the How to Build a Website class with me and know that you have been functioning all this time without a website. So part of your mental process has to be to decide, if you're currently without a website, do you want to build one to be able to offer shopping specifically on your site? There are other options for you. So the next option is a turnkey provider. And what that kind of firm does is it offers you everything you need, from the shopping cart to the shipping to the tracking. It's even going to give you a domain name. So if you have a pet shop, it would be abcpetshop.com, and all that you're getting is that shopping component right through this provider. And it'll give you all the analysis to determine how your shopping is doing. So if you do not have a website and you don't want to build one, this is absolutely an option for you. And there are very basic plans and very, very robust plans and everything in between. So you can look at some of the providers and see what their services are and what their price points are, and make that determination of what you need and what you can afford. So some of those turnkey providers are Shopify. They are absolutely the largest player in the marketplace. BigCommerce, Volution, and Magento. Now, some businesses will do a combination. You might have a website and it's a small brochure type of website. It's not particularly expansive, and the thought of adding all of the components related to shipping and tracking and analytics in addition to the actual shopping piece is a little too much. You can actually blend by having a Shopify turnkey solution that blends directly with your current website. So there are ways to combine the two, and that's also an option. So some other turnkey providers we have here are BigCommerce, Volution, and Magento. There are probably a dozen major players in the marketplace. These are the four top in terms of both customer satisfaction, overall tech ratings by tech companies, and their market share. So the third option to you is a third-party site. So it's like a shopping mall for specific types of niches. So you might have something that's for small boutique owners or for all artisan work, handcrafted artisan work. They are going to take a piece of the sale from you, from every single sale you make, but they do a lot of the work for you as well. And you have no monthly fees. You have no credit card processing fees. They make this very, very end user friendly for you as a seller. So some of the sites are Poshmark, Etsy, Amazon Homemade, that's all for artisan craft work, Afro, which is also an artisan site, and eBay. Many of you may be familiar with all or most of these. These are also the biggest players in the marketplace, and they make it very user-friendly for you to have the ability to sell without having to do a lot of the seller work, dealing with setting up credit card merchant processing. You can get all your statistics, and it's as a a fee for all of the pieces that they put out there, including the marketing and advertising of the site. You pay a per sale fee to them. Now, getting started is not so hard that you need to panic over it. Everything can be done in stages. So some tips to help you get started. First of all, selling, as you know, is a visual occurrence. So people are enticed by how things look. That holds true for food. It holds true for clothes. It holds true for pretty much anything you're going to sell. So you want to make sure you have good pictures that are high resolution photos. We've talked about before putting things onto photos onto websites. If they are poor resolution, if they're low res, the problem you're going to have is when they get larger on a screen, they are going to get very grainy, and they're very difficult for someone who's shopping to really get a good crisp image of what they're looking at. So you want to make sure you're using high resolution photos. The next tip is really, it's about marketing. It's not what you say, but how you say it. So you want short, really effective description of every item. So, if you're selling a pocketbook, it might be great bag for a night out on the town because it's an evening bag. So you want to make sure that you are describing it in a short blurb, because people don't want to read too much, but you need to be effective in terms of describing what it is, whether or not it's the type of fabric, or the quality or the size, things like that. But you also want to be using a description that is going to catch the eye of the shopper. Use drop-down menus for sizes and colors. I have seen websites that sell a tank top and it comes in 5 colors. And as you're scrolling down, you see the same item in 5 different colors. That is not user-friendly for a shopper. If they're scrolling, they don't want to see that same shirt 5 times. They would rather see the one shirt and click on a drop-down menu to see all the different colors it's going to come in. And again, all of the different sizes it's going to be available in, and make sure you use things like a size chart where that is relevant. Most of these sites, regardless of which of the 3 methods you use, have shipping tools. Make sure you use those shipping tools, because they are really helpful for the shopper to be able to track that it's, following the purchase. Thank you for your purchase email. And then when it ships, your item has shipped, and the person can click whether or not you've used the post office, UPS, FedEx, or a private shipper. They're going to be able to click, and they can follow along to see it going from Carlsbad, California, all the way to Port Washington, New York. And people like to track and see when they're going to anticipate their item. And analytics are super, super important. Like anything else you're doing, check and see how your sales are going. Are things sitting for weeks where you have to reduce the cost? Or are things flying off the shelves and maybe you have a little wiggle room to increase your price point? But you want to make sure if you do that, you're not doing it to the tune of selling less. You want to increase your margin, and at the point where you see it's causing a reduction in sales, you slow that down. If you are just getting started in selling, if you are not normally a retailer and you're just getting started with selling, try websites like Poshmark or eBay. They really do make it very easy to sell. On Poshmark, you can have both where you're selling from your closet, and then you can have a boutique. They offer the option to purchase from their in-house wholesalers, or if you are purchasing product from other wholesalers domestically or internationally, then you load items that are coming from your purchases and get them up onto the site. And it is so quick and easy. You can probably get an item up onto Poshmark in 90 seconds to 2 minutes. Some more tips. Be sure you're using all of the marketing tools that are made available to you. So if you have the ability to send out through Shopify, for example, you can send out an email that is talking about the fact that you're going to have a holiday sale, a holiday related sale, end of season sale, Christmas sale, Mother's Day, any of the holidays. You want to make sure you're using all of those marketing tools so that you can leverage the site to make as many sales as possible. Make sure that you are cushioning your pricing so that you can reduce your pricing for some sales. What do I mean by that? There is a term in retail called keystoning. Keystoning means you buy it for $5, you sell it for 10. You're doubling your price. Double keystone would mean you buy it for 5 and you're selling it for 15. So if you are buying for 5 and selling for 10, you have $5 profit to work with. You want to make sure you're banking in enough profit that if something, you have a few items left from a particular purchase and you want to offer a sale, that you are still going to make some money, because there is effort involved in this and your time is money. You want to make sure that you are doing things like offering post-holiday coupons. You want to make sure that you are promoting all of what you're offering via your social media channels. That is critical. It is an avenue that is not going to cost you money unless you start boosting posts or sponsoring. But generally speaking, you can go through your social media and try and get traction that way so that you are driving more traffic to your boutique or your online shopping. You can ask friends, family, people that you know in your network to share on their social media. And you can try a QR code. We'll talk about QRs in a moment. So really, really important. If you are going to add online shopping, you want to be sure that you are remembering mobile. That means that you are making the visual mobile friendly. More and more people now shop on their mobile devices. In my house, 4 out of the 5 of us do almost all of our shopping on our phones and not on our laptops. And when you get onto a mobile device, whether it's a tablet or a phone, if it is not mobile friendly, the person is going to be scrolling back and forth, both to see the image and the description, to see the sizes and the prices. And that is going to turn someone off. Typically, making sure something is mobile friendly is a check of a box. And you need to make sure that your website generally, but your online shopping absolutely, is mobile friendly so that things don't look wonky and that it is scaled for the screen on a mobile device. And you can try a QR code. It is a great way to drive customers to a specific item you have for sale, for a promotion that you're offering more generally, or to a page on your website. So more and more I'm seeing stores that actually they may have that little sign up on the doorway or on the glass that will say, we take Master, Visa, American Express, whichever card you're taking, and right above it is a QR code. If you are unfamiliar with them, this is what a QR code looks like. Every mobile device on the market right now has the ability to read. You can go right into Google and it will say, okay, this is a link directly to a particular page. And when you click hit, it will take you right to that page. And if it's a particular item that you have on promo, it'll take you there. If you're running a sale, you might be a yogurt shop and you're offering free toppings tonight. It's going to tell the person who scanned that QR code that there's free toppings this evening. If it's a restaurant, it might be a free glass of wine with dinner. And so whatever you want, you can have. This is going to drive you right to that link. It is a great advertising tool. I'm seeing it in more ads. I'm seeing it on storefronts. I'm seeing it in emails that are coming out. This is a great way to enhance a specific shopping campaign that you are trying to drive. So the thing to remember is that there is effort involved. And especially if you are a retailer, you need to continually update what you have for sale. If you were selling the blue shirt and it also came in red and orange, but now it's out of season because it's long sleeves and we're in summer, now you've got to get the next one on. So as you add new merchandise, it will continue to make your shop more dynamic for the end user. And that means if I know on that once a week you're adding new items for me to peruse, I'm going to come back to your site and back to your site. I'm not going to go, oh, I already saw that last time. I know you're moving merchandise and I have to consider if I want it, I've got to act now. Some of the marketing tools that you will get from from some of the Shopify, Big Volution, and some of the others. Some of those marketing tools include the ability, if I've taken an item and dropped it into my shopping cart, but then I abandoned my cart, it's going to auto-generate an email saying, hey, you left this behind. And it will drive me right back to my cart so that I can complete the purchase. Those types of tools are invaluable. It will take, if you're getting about 30% of folks who are, let's say, completing a purchase, this could drive you to 50%. Each of those tools is designed to enable you to close more sales. More sales is more dollars. It's more robust for your business. So I'm going to take questions and answers. I've left about half the time, which was my goal. So I hope I wasn't speaking too fast. I do want to give you my information here. It's Tammy Severino, Director of Marketing and Development. I'm the consultant to La Fuerza CDC. You have both my email, tammy@lafuerzacdc.org, and my phone number to reach me if you have any questions following this program. I'm going to stop the share